Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and I am back with another video. Today we're going to be going over 3 different ways to clean hard water stains or spots on glass. So one of my least favorite jobs in my house is cleaning the hard water stains off of my shower glass doors. So I do put it off for months at a time, which means that when it's time for me to actually clean that glass, when it's getting so gross that I can't handle it, it's a perfect time to test a new way to remove water spots on that glass. So today I'm going to be testing 3 different ways. I'm going to section off the glass into 3 sections that are equally dirty, and then test a cleaning method for 2 minutes in each section to see which one cleans the best in that 2 minutes. In section 1, I'm going to be using vinegar and baking soda. Section 2, baking soda. And in section 3, I'm going to be using a stain and glass cleaner that I bought at the store that I used in my last video. I'm also going to be using my drill brush with a glass safe attachment on it so that it makes everything a lot faster and easier for me. So let's start with section number 1. So this is going to be the vinegar and baking soda combo area, but it's not in the way that many people would use vinegar and baking soda. First, I apply vinegar to paper towels. I'm going to saturate those paper towels with vinegar and then stick them to the glass. I want to let that sit for about 10 minutes. That's going to help loosen those minerals, those hard water minerals on the glass, and get them ready to scrub away. This is the method that I used in my first video about how to remove hard water spots on glass. But I had a few people ask me, do you even need the vinegar? Is the baking soda actually what's doing the job there? So I decided, let's test that. I'm going to see whether or not the vinegar actually is making a difference, loosening up those spots before I start scrubbing. So that's what we're going to do with the baking soda in section number 2. While the vinegar on the paper towels is working its magic in section number 1, I'm going to apply the StonePro Stone and Glass Scrub onto section number 3. So that's supposed to sit there for a couple of minutes before you start scrubbing. So we're going to apply a thin layer or, a nice visible layer of that to section number 3. And then I'll start working on section number 2 while section 1 and section 3 are doing their magic. Section 2 is just a paste of water and baking soda. Baking soda has a little bit of a grit to it. And using that with the drill attachment, it's going to help me scrub away all of those hard water stains and minerals that are built up on that glass and get it back to looking nice and clean. Now, I already know that all 3 of these techniques are going to work. But I'm wanting to see this time which one's going to work the fastest for you. Because cleaning your full shower glass door is going to take time and it's going to take effort, especially if you don't have a drill attachment. So we want to see which works the fastest, so you don't have to scrub for as long. I worked on this section with baking soda and water for about 2 minutes before wiping it clean to see how it did. The baking soda section is not perfectly done, but it did pretty well in 2 minutes. So let's see what happens when I scrub the next section for 2 minutes. I'm moving on to the StonePro section, so I switched out the drill pad so it wouldn't have any baking soda left behind and it wouldn't affect the test. So again, this is a StonePro Stone and Glass Scrub designed for removing hard water mineral deposits on glass or even my marble tile back there. I did use this in my last video about removing hard water deposits on glass, and I really love this product. It works super well. I'm just comparing speed-wise which works faster, this or the vinegar or the baking soda alone. After 2 minutes of scrubbing this section, I once again wiped off all of that cleaner to see how it did, and then moved on to the 3rd section for scrubbing. The vinegar has probably been soaking on that section for about 10 minutes before I started doing this. I have used this on my exterior windows before. I have the kind of windows that you can tilt in to clean. So I tilted in my windows that had hard water deposits on them, laid the paper towels on with vinegar soaking on them, let them sit for about 20 minutes. And then with a scrubbing pad, a handheld non-scratch scrubbing pad, I was able to get all of the hard water stains off my windows when I moved into this house. For the 2 baking soda sections of this glass door, I did keep re-adding baking soda as I went along to make sure I was getting the scrubbing power of that grit that's in that baking soda across the whole door and it wasn't just kind of dissolving away as I worked. And once again, after 2 minutes of scrubbing, I dried off that section of door completely so I could take a closer look and see which of these sections has the least amount of water spots left. So with that black construction paper behind it, you can sort of see that the vinegar leaves streaks. I always get streaks with vinegar, so ignore that. We're just looking for hard water spots right now. The baking soda leaves a little bit of a residue too. The 3rd section that I use that StonePro on does look the cleanest and clearest without having really to do any rinsing of the product. And I hope the camera is picking up that section has the least amount of hard water spots left. 2 minutes isn't long enough to get all of those sections completely clear of water spots, but it is long enough to show you which one works the fastest. I gave all 3 of these sections another really good wipe with a clean wet rag before putting the paper back on to show you the difference between the cleaned areas, the 3 cleaned areas, and the area above it that I didn't touch with any cleaner. And since it's so hard to see this glass even with that black paper behind it, I decided to do a mirror test so you can see my reflection and decide which section is easier to see my reflection through. When I look at this video and when I was there in person, it seemed pretty obvious that the StonePro was a lot clearer than either of the other two sections. And it did feel like the vinegar was a bit better than the just baking soda alone. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? When you're looking at this video, do you think it's obvious that one section is cleaner than the other? Which one do you think worked out the best? I ended up scrubbing my entire shower glass door with the StonePro. It took me about 15 minutes with my drill attachment to get that whole door clean and all of the hard water spots removed from it. So here's the after on that shower glass door, and here's a reminder of the before. That's it for how to remove hard water spots on glass. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, because I do try to answer them whenever I get a chance. And if you have recommendations for glass cleaners, put them in the comments too. I want to hear what it is. I'll test it out.